match on paper,
this is
to be
like
honest.
a classic game of Counter-Strike, isn't it? Their teams playing, working the picks, working out the map, and I think there's not going to be any like high-profile tactics or anything like that. It's just going to be raw talent and raw killing. But here we go. We're going into the pistol round now.
And already Edward is just taking a peek up middle. I really like this, actually, just to get some very fast info to see if he can spot anyone crossing from spawn still, to give an indication of where they're going. But he didn't see anyone doing that. He saw them up mid, so they have a good idea. But the bomb is actually towards upper dark, and if NaVi overreact, this could be problematic at the moment. We will see Forest peeking in now to cause some havoc. What is he going to get? Not much at the moment. And look at all the movement from NaVi. They're already repositioning someone into B. They've done really well on the rotation here. They have moved into excellent positions, and they are covering mid like heroes. But the bomb has made its way into the B site. However, Garo is very low, and Alu is not in the best position ever by the window. And here is the onslaught of NaVi players, and that's going to be it. The defuse will come in, but they rotated so well there.
Yeah, I think we see a lot of teams do that mid to B split on the pistol round, especially as terrorists. Like, they tried to get some presence on the map elsewhere, but like their execution coming out of the middle, they just got absolutely decimated there. You can see Edward picking up 3 frags with the USP and not even dying there. So that was all Edward for me. He managed to get himself some very nice frags there. Got himself an M4 now, and although Nip did get the bomb down, sorry, so they're going to be going for AKs next round. I love that. I think that's a much smarter idea than going for the Tech 9s and armors and stuff. I think getting the AKs and securing the next round is a much better way to get your economy rolling and win the next round and have AKs the following round after that.
Yeah, and you know, in the same vein, we have NaVi just picking up the M4, 2 M4s and 2 FAMAs straight away. So no SMGs, no messing around.
It's classic CS. Like, you're preempting the AKs are coming. You're not messing around with the SMGs and stuff like that. You know you've got something to deal with next round. So get this one out of the way. Keep it long range. Don't lose your rifles. And then it's going to be the proper gun round next round. So we know it's coming.
And this is just going to be one of those kind of hopeless situations where Cease gets to pal out his stats a bit. Oh, and sells a nade, and he's going to land the frag onto Forest. So pretty easy stuff there. I mean, there was no hope there from NIP to really get anything done.
It was a throwaway round. We know what's coming here. So like the AKs will come out. Alu does have enough money for an AWP if he really wanted to do it. He hasn't done it. Like, that would have been a bit of a Hail Mary play, but it could have happened. Yeah. So we've got the 5 AKs now. As long as they play this slow, they have got the gun advantage. They don't need to do anything silly. Don't give any picks away. Play their game. Work out what the CTs are doing. I wouldn't be surprised if the CTs try to flash in and try to get some advantage, some information on the map, just because they know they're behind on the armor.
Oh, this is quite huge, actually. Forest is going to spot both players on B at the moment. However, they don't have any position on Cat, so they can't make a quick push onto the site. So it's still just these pick plays coming in to affect. And so far, NaVi are doing quite well with these scouts, and this is problematic because NIP are trying to contest on these ranges with the Scout of Guardian. Do they have to? That's the question. But however, Freiburg, most wanted in Sweden, is going to push his way straight through the double doors and find the M4 of Flamey. So we're going to have a situation for NIP where there are 2 men left, 2 flashbangs to their names, and well, just an A push to go with. NaVi not in position for this, so NIP going to make a really nice attempt to take this round down despite being down a man. So just have to wait for NaVi to get in position here. Here comes Zeus. Does have Flamey with him, I believe. And there's the first frag. Get right facing alone. There comes the trade from Alu, but he's stuck in the flames, and it is Flamey to take him down as well. So nice save from NaVi.
Strange holding position from Get right there. Unorthodox to say the least, on top of the bomb site.
So I'm here, guys.
Yeah,
I'm over here.
Maybe he's just really confident in himself. Like, I feel like they could have crossfired that a little bit better and played off each other a little bit more. But great round from NaVi. As I said, they needed to get those early frags there. They knew they were behind. So you saw that flash come into B tunnels, facing Forest, 2 men at the same time. That was really, really smart play from them. They knew they needed to get that early frag. They got it. And now you can see Guardian has got the AWP now. And this is where he works best.
Oh,
and there it is.
Yes.
He just, how fast is he? That's amazing. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff you can expect to see here. Expect more to come. And just to mention, Nip have actually got armor here on the Tech 90, so they do see themselves and they fancy this round a little bit.
That guy was just like trying to get off the spawn.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy's like, nope.
I haven't seen that in a while. That was
really good. And here we go. Guardian gets to start feeling the momentum with the AWP. What a shot. Guardian going completely mental with the AWP, picking up ridiculous kills, almost getting the ace as well, and just making it look completely just so easy. Yeah,
that is just vintage Guardian. He's just such a sick guy when he gets going. Like those shots he could hit all day, and like now he's got the ball rolling 4-0. Expect a lot more of that.
And this is going to be Ali trying to contest with Guardian, who could potentially be playing that position. But he's going to get boosted up. I love this mix-up here. Ali perhaps expected him on mid. He's not there. He's going to spot, I think, just a pixel to give him the position. However, Guardian, he's going to play it safe. And this is why he's such a strong AWPer. He doesn't tend to be one of those...
I agree.
He moves a lot, but he takes safe, or the safest plays that he can. So again, back to middle for him. You're
absolutely right with that. Like, a lot of players are much more frantic and won't go and consider the consequences when facing. But like, Guardian's very aware of his team, the outcome, and what happens to his team if he dies.
That is why I love watching his AWPing plays. So much, so methodical. So methodical. But at the moment, NiP just taking the kind of basic map control. They've got one man on short at the moment. And lots of movement from NaVi, in particular from Guardian, who's actually picking up a lot of intel consistently for his team. And they've fallen back into that very standard setup. Although they've got 2 players on long, and it's just Guardian on A. So if we actually saw that wall of smoke play onto the A bomb site, that'd be really dangerous. But NiP are actually moving towards B at the moment, so they're going to go for just the play into B, relying upon Alu to hit the shots. He will hit the opening, but in come the grenades, and this is going to make life really hellish, and they are committed to the play, trying to push through the smoke. Thank God for Forest, though, able to bail NiP out of a very dodgy situation and get themselves into that B bomb site. In comes Zeus from long, though, to clean out the lurking player in Get Right, and that bomb still needs to go down, and NaVi are almost knocking at the door of that B bomb site. And Zeus is taking down Freiberg, so this is going to be tough for Forest. Now, how is his form? This is going to be tough, and he will go down. So nicely done that round from NaVi. I loved actually how they moved around, got loads of information, then we're like, okay, back into the full setup, guys.
Yeah, so we saw Alu actually getting the opening frag into B then, and I think NiP just saw that as a free pass into the bomb side B. Edward came and did a huge amount of damage. Only managed to pick up 1 frag, but you saw him getting a lot of body shots onto the other players there, and Zeus picking up a couple of kills there as well. So it was just a nice retake, like nothing too impressive. Like, but I think NiP perhaps rushed the decision to going into B a little bit too quickly. But it's going to be another full buy round here. AKs and armor in the hands of NiP. So here they go, outside long.
Oh, Flamey, he's completely circumvented this smoke. He's got, oh, excellent stuff there. 3 quick frags from him, and he single-handedly locks down the long area and gets the bomb to boot. And Guardian's just chilling up by the A bomb site. Doesn't need any assistance, but this time, finally, Exist will best him, but he is alone against 3 men, and with that bomb down in the position that it is, you'd never expect NaVi to give up any even kills in this spot, let alone the bomb. So Exist trying to get done what he can. And one thing I'm curious to see is whether or not NiP are going to go for that wall of smoke play that's so effective.
I think I was about to say that. I think they're getting absolutely out-fragged here. Like, every opportunity that normally most teams won't face that much when they go up on shore like that, but we saw Flamey there just go for a full-on 3-man spray, and he's like, unless NiP starts smoking off the choke points, that's going to keep happening. When Guardian's on this sort of form and Flamey's hitting those sort of shots, you've got to start smoking them off, and like, you can't just face them and hope you're going to outpick them. Like, but NaVi are firing on all cylinders right now, so they're going to have to reassess their approach to this map and either choose a different part of the map to enter or start actually utilising the smoke grenades.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing about it as well is that if NaVi are playing 2 men on long, that makes that wall of smokes play even better, because you need that guy at Goose to kill the guy that's supposed to get the guaranteed plant and short. If you can kill him and delay it, that's the counter to it. It's really hard to deal with, and I'm expecting NiP to pull it out of the bag at some point. But for now, we're just seeing a really hot NaVi, especially Guardian. He's hitting all of his shots, and it's gorgeous. It's great to watch that kind of counter-strike.
And there we go, the classic NiP play, walking out middle, smoking CT spawn. But it looks like the smoke was a little bit late there, and it should be pretty easy for NaVi to deal with this. Get Right being the last man there, C's picking up a couple of frags here, and they just look so confident. 7-0 right now. We know NiP kind of can get a bit shook up when it gets to this sort of scoreline. We need to make sure they get back into this one now. Alu has opted to pick up the AWP. Forest kind of considering something. Yeah, he's going to get
I think they're going to do it in this round.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think like
Freiberg always gets the Molotov in that kind of a round.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, oh my God, that was a great shot. Nice work from Alu. I guess they naded the doors and he kind of just preempted the thing there. But it's NaVi looking like knows he has to get a frag back here. This is a very smart play from him.
Oh, he might just make things really troublesome. He's trying to get the advantage back into the team, into his team's favor, and it's not going to happen just yet. They're down even more men, and now Guardian's going to have his try as well. Ooh, spots the play, even gets the connection, but through the door, unfortunately for him. So still a lot of work to be done. And they've kind of thrown NIP off of any play that they would want to make, but now it's about adaptation. And that's what they're doing. They're going for that B play. They see the weakness, and they are pressing hard on it. Guardian, though, he's up by the window with that AWP. And there you go. Excellent stuff from NIP. Smoking him off, but he gets the kill anyway. I don't think anyone can see him, but Guardian's got just that sixth sense for like who is lurking behind that smoke. And will pick up the kill. So that makes it doable now. And they do have one man moving from T-spawn. I think it's actually Zeus. A tag here from Guardian. He will finally go down. And Flamey and Zeus are in position to try this on. They both have kits.
Time's ticking away though. If you're going to save that all, that might be enough. It looks like it's going to be too much of a tall order here. So yeah, here we go. So it's not quite done yet. Yeah, Flamey gets taken down. Zeus will save his gun here. That pick at the start of the round from Alu, I think that was a nice confidence boost from it there, just to kind of guarantee them, getting them off the mark at least, just so they can like calm down a little bit, have a little bit of a reassessment here, get their economy back on track, and we can see the AWP is coming back out. And yeah, like you said, I think we'll probably will see an A execute here with the wall of smokes to Freiburg again, getting that Molotov. And it'll just be a case of them approaching the map in the same way. They'll still hold up and take positions, but they'll work their way up to short and then execute. And
it's that last round was so cool to see. After losing that man straight away, they were like, okay, we have to do an aggressive move here. We have to. Yeah, that was so smart. And now Zeus is going back to CT spawn, just going for that timing. And they're out so fast, they just ran down suicide. And that timing was just completely caught NaVi off guard. And it's going to be a trade up in middle. Now things get chaotic. Flamey coming into play there to try to see what he can get done and get the information for his team. But he is going to get taken down by GetRight. So now things get a little bit crazy for NaVi. They're down to 3 players. They really need to gamble here with somebody. Or just, or Guardian can just go completely insane with this AWP on the site. Very committed position, and NIP are setting up for that split to make it as safe as physically possible.
Yeah, the pincer.
Here we go. Guardian does crouch, and excellent cover from Edward, and Guardian will hit the next shot. And we're going to have Edward also taking down GetRight. So now it's just Freiburg. I can't believe it. NaVi with an amazing defense there. The team play just immaculate.
Such a strong hold there. Like they all were covering each other's angle, watching the clever angles there, and just hitting all the shots. It was just. It looks like NIP are almost being outclassed here.
It really does, yeah. Like, beautiful counter strike from NaVi.
Really, really strong stuff here. You can see Zeus here actually opting for an MP7. What's he got up his sleeve here? Perhaps making his way into the lower B tunnels or something like that, or maybe down holding long doors.
Great stuff from Guardian. And it's interesting because we keep expecting that execute, but the style that NaVi are playing, there's a scrappy play at the start of the round.
Stopping it before it even happens.
Exactly, just changes the situation. And that always is going to put pressure on the caller as well. Just make that really quick call to say, okay, now this is going to be the best play for us to get the advantage back.
Yeah.
And NaVi just are a step ahead.
I think you're absolutely right there. I think that NIP saying at the start of the round, okay, let's just do what we're doing, but hopefully we can go into that A execute as long as we get that map control. And like you said, someone will get a pick or cause some devastation on the map, and it'll just force them to do something else. And I think that's what's causing the sloppy takes on the site. Like, it didn't even look like that the guys had much of a challenge when they were walking on the site there. They weren't really flash. There was no smokes taking them out. They were kind of just forced to come up, and then NaVi just took complete control.
See, just chilling, just crouched there, not even moving. But yeah, I mean that's that rounds where NIP took the time to try to split from long and short. If they were a little bit quicker on long, I don't think that it works for NaVi because it was a staggered push. Yeah. And as you said, like the pincer didn't. Like the one side of the pincer was a little bit too slow. Yeah,
absolutely. So that was the problem. Like if you got a pincer, it has to be at the same time. Or that effectively doesn't work. We can see 3 people for NaVi actually coming down there. Guardian's going to change up his play. I really like this. The fact he's just keeping his play dynamic and keeping surprising NIP. You can see he's got some prey there. Will they make this mistake and walk into his crosshair?
After you said prey, like thinking I'm watching like a Discovery documentary, David Attenborough or something.
Is. It looks like he's on like a hunting spree right now.
In his natural habitats. We'll have to see how NIP are going to fare though with this. Just a quick entry into mid there, and that's also to like spot for who's standing where. Do NaVi have a timing in mid where they're covering mid? Will this tell us what their setup is to then inform us how to attack? Yeah. They saw nothing, so they could probably assume the 2-3 setup. So NIP, I mean, this is when you'd expect them to rely on an execute, but they don't have many grenades left, just 4 smokes actually, so that is enough. But they're all at Catwalk at the moment, so it's really open this round.
I think the fact they've run out of ideas and this picking isn't working, we're going to see it right now.
This gamble from NaVi is ridiculous, having 4 players on A the entire round. What an insane gamble from them. They have some info on NIP for sure, and there goes to drop it straight into spawn to attack Guardian. They know they have to take him down quickly, but not before he gets 2 quick kills with that AWP. Excellent work with that sniper rifle again. Edward, the hidden man, just staying there all round, picks up the frag, but the bomb plant will come into play thanks to Freiburg. Now, it does get picked off as he leaves that planting spot. Oh, nice shot there by Alu. Oh, what a second shot as well. So fast on the trigger is Alu, and now he's in a one-on-one against Zeus, who is playing a dangerous game, and that's not going to happen. Alu delivers for NIP and pulls them from the brink right there, because they needed that round so desperately.
Technically a round Nip should have lost there, just because it was a 3-on-1 situation, and it wasn't so much of a wall of smoke, it was more like a sandbag. That didn't really work. So Alu, obviously fantastic work here and showing why he's been picked up by these guys, and he's a fantastic player and managed to get a 3-on-1 and gets them back into this game. It was a much needed round, as you said.
Oh god, he missed an op shot there. That's I wonder what his percentage of hits is.
About 95%.
Yeah, it is pretty good this game. And under pressure as well, this guy is performing. And here again, he's put to the test. They're not deterred by his prowess with the AWP. They're pushing in. They're making the pincer happen with that split. And the long push has gone well. Forrest has actually opened things up nicely, working in that Galil. There it is. Good. Excellent stuff from Forrest. One more player from Crossover. Edward will deal with him. And Alu has to clutch again. 1-on-2. And he deals with the first man. Looking to deliver once again, but he doesn't know exactly where Seized is. Gets the spot. Oh, just barely misses the shot onto Seized, and he won't get a second opportunity. And NIP, with no money, they've been reset. Yep. Where do they go from here?
That was a really interesting play from Forrest there. Like, he actually did really well to pick up those 2 frags, and the way he was jiggle peeking a long corner there, actually distracting the AWP for long enough. It was a shame they couldn't convert that into a round victory. Now they're in a horrible situation, as you said. The money's been reset. It's a full Glock eco. Like, sorry, you got 1 PT50 there, but you don't see many of these days. Like, you can tell they're in kind of dire straits now. They kind of said to themselves, well, we really do need full buys here to even have a look in on these rounds. You know how hot they are right now, and it's going to be, if they don't win the next gun round, they're going to be in a very tricky situation. Like, we know Nip are good at getting out of them, but this team looks so hot right now, it's going to be difficult to get out of it.
Do you think that's just like the almost full save means that they're actually going to say, we're going to try to buy in the next rounds? Potentially, because they're like, we're so far behind, we just string something together? Or do you think they're going to go for that full double eco?
To be fair, like, it's gonna. I have to see them when I didn't see the scoreboard, but if the fact you got full Glocks, like, it's kind of just saying it's just throwaway rounds. I
think they're on like 3.5 most of them after this round. So
okay, so they should have what, like 4,600 each after this.
Let's see. Oh no, I think they will have 3 to 3.5k.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And then we get.
They could force it.
What do you want to though?
I mean, they're really far behind. I don't know.
This is the rut of CS. Yeah. This is the worst possible place you can be in. The horrible, sewers of CS. I feel.
Yeah, they're scraping the barrel for guns now. They're finding some leftovers, but yeah, it's going to be the force up, and they have smokes. They can make something happen. An aggressive play from Seized, that might just give them the opportunity, and we're seeing so much pushing from NaVi, and it looks like NIP are coming out on top, so they've actually given themselves a really nice opportunity to get a bomb down here, but Flamey's in. Great flashes, that's going to slow them all down. Buy him some time to get the nades out. Oh, they're lining up for Flamey, he gets both kills, and that is insanely huge for NaVi as they come in on the retake, and the flashes are immaculate, but Exist is going to be able to pick up the kill onto Guardian in the end, and in comes Zeus. Exist is low. Trying to get the wall bang. I'm not even sure if that penetration is possible, and Exist is going to be like, hey, Zeus. Come on, man.
Much needed round. I'm a bit questionable to why Guardian was ran in there without a teammate with a PT50. Like, they were low, but that was essentially the reason they couldn't even clutch that round. He just ran in backwards with a PT50. But what a play from NIP, converting that Galil armor / AK buy into something after failing with the AWP so much so far.
Indeed, it's an interesting situation. And it's created a potential for NIP to actually get themselves that 4-round mark. Now, we're going to have a push on upper dark from Edward, so he's going to get some key intel, but I think it's, it's Forrest here, looking for the frag. He will not find it, and now their flank has been compromised for NIP, so they're going to have to be very careful and always be worrying about this flank now, and that pressure is really hard to deal with. Just waiting now, NaVi, seeing what they can find out, because they know that NIP are forced to make or take a bit of a risk, but where is that risk going to come into play? Looks like middle is going to be the call for NIP as they go for that B split. Upper dark gets shut down. Now NIP, they've got to come out with some huge results on the individual plays. Zeus though in the back with the 5-7, able to pick up one, and it's going to be 2-on-2 now, so good stuff here from Freiburg as well to keep the hope alive in this round. And once again, we've got Guardian and Flamey in this B retake. That bomb ticking away. And Upper Dark is under control for NIP as well. It's going to take some excellent coordination here, but they don't have any flashes, no smokes to work with. Oh, there's one flash indeed for Guardian, and there it is, over the top. Flamey just trying to work out where they are, checking every nook and cranny, but in they have to go. Oh, the first shot whiffed by Guardian. Freiburg takes down Flamey. It's all on the AWP, but Guardian misses the second shot, and that's not going to be good enough. NIP pick up round number 4. And that's still a tough scoreline to deal with. But
I think the 4 is very important though. Like the difference between 3 and 4 is pretty huge. If you consider they lose the pistol round here, like it's pretty much over. But the fact they have 4, like it gives them that extra bit of breathing room, and there's a chance here they build up momentum, they can get back into it. So I really don't think you should count NIP out of this yet. Like they're a team you will see now. They will find a way.
It's NIP, right?
To squeeze it out. Yeah, it always happens, and you never think it will, but it always does.
I never bet against them for that reason. I always get burnt if I do. And we are going to see full kit Kevlar, apart from Freiburg. He's got the kit and the HE, so that means that NIP want to fight. They want these long-range Angels, which makes sense with the USPs. But NaVi all bulked together at the moment towards short, so they are really threatening a very strong rush altogether, just throwing in all the bodies at once for those trades. Still sitting on catwalk at the moment, seeing if NIP will throw anyone else towards them. Now they have a smoke and a flash on Guardian. In goes the drop there. Oh, nice pick off there from Forest. It's going to make life a little bit easier, especially as Get Right's quite low. So he's now going to spot into the A bomb site, looking for something. As Get Right, there he goes. He spots Zeus. So still, NIP they don't know just yet exactly what's going on. They are going to push a man into CT. That is Get Right for the spot, and there is the smoke. So now they have a very good idea what's happening. And in come the frags. Forest picks up another one. Get Right through the smoke on the flank, able to get some good damage towards Edward, but Exist will get the finish, and things are looking excellent here for the Swedes, as it's just Guardian remaining now with that Glock. And you can't expect all that much in this position, and indeed, NIP will pick up the pistol, and they will be very relieved. Yeah, that opening frag from Forrest was phenomenal. I really like that play he has when he just goes, tapping the USP, makes it look like an M4 at times. Yeah, so NaVi tried to execute pretty much a mirror tactic what NiP did as well, get some map control, work at what's going on, smoke off CT spawn and head out to B. Unfortunately, NiP are too strong on the pistols there, and that's exactly what they needed. Obviously, they need to get every single round here. They don't want to give anything away. They want to build up some momentum and get themselves back into it round by round. And here we go. We can see NaVi actually went for a full Glock here. No nades, no armor at all. And Ali's actually on the mag. You don't see that so commonly, but it's specially designed for this position or close to the barrels on long. Those are the 2 spots where it's really good. And here we go. There's the jumps, and he gets nothing. Very anticlimactic with the mag 7. And they should get the bomb down here actually, which is a really brilliant result considering there's 0 investment for NaVi into this one. So NIP, but be careful not to actually die with too many players. Just Freiburg down at the moment. And Ali will finally pick up one with the mag 7. So there it is. They only lose Freiburg, but the bomb went down, and that's mission accomplished for NaVi. Absolutely. So they will be able to buy AKs this round, considering they bought absolutely nothing. The smart thing from NiP is that they've actually got rifles in their arsenal. So they had the 1 mag 7, which I believe you can probably get rid of now since Freiburg went down. But they'll be aware of this, and they'll be buying up full rifles here just to counter it surely. Well, actually, Freiburg will be keeping this WAG 7. Has to make it work somewhere. Yeah, we didn't see it do much work against the Glocks. What can you do with it? It's pretty rough on this map. It's one of those. It's not like Nuke where you can kind of always use it, like around the vents and the hut, and then down the ladder and stuff. It's only good in like a couple spots really. So we're gonna have a fast long take coming in from NaVi, and so far it's gonna be Get Right who's gonna be getting a nice defensive kill. There's number 2 as well, and that gets Freiburg close with the mag 7 in position and smoking it off. Great control here. They are going to double smoke it, but that's fine. There's only 1 player left, thanks to Alu now taking down C's. So they know where Guardian is. And this round has been won by NiP. It's just about damage control now and making sure that Guardians can't get too many frags.
Yeah, so we saw NaVi getting a decent long spawn there, using that nice door flash we see using quite a lot these days, but Get Right taking the smoke to his advantage, standing up on that corridor there, and managed to pick up 3 frags with the FAMAS. And Guardian, although he looks like he might get a look into this, it's going to be with 33 HP and an AK against 3 NiP players, it will be very difficult to even get a bomb down.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice work from Guardian so far. Like that damage is so crucial against the CTs, especially if we consider the fact that NiP had this situation where that kind of bomb went down on the save, and they kind of had like a. It wasn't like with NaVi where on their CT side they're like, okay, they got the bomb down the pistol, we have to buy rifles up. So they kind of had like a mix of buys, and they had to like force out a couple FAMASs. So their money's going to be a little bit low now, thanks to Guardian.
Well, now we can see that this is starting to get interesting now. If you look at the scoreline, like we said, NiP will claw back into this. They are never out of the game. So you can see they've got the full buy. They'll probably stick to 1 up for now until they start losing a couple of rounds. That's when we see Forest normally pick 1 up and take that into B. That's when I feel that they're most effective, and they have the dual orb set up. I feel like the riflers can control middle and have a lot more presence on the map in other areas. So they can have presence on short, presence on middle. And so I'm sure we'll see that at some point in this game.
Oh, and already Forest picking off 1. And it's a very light round again for NaVi. They don't seem to really invest much if you compare them to some teams who tend to always throw something into these rounds.
Sure.
So that's it's actually kind of nice to see, because you were saying before with NaVi we're going to see, and you know, NaVi versus NiP, you see more classic CS,
sure,
which is cool, because I don't know, we get more rounds which are like more tense.
Yeah, absolutely. It comes down
rounds.
to like the big one-on-ones, and there's not crazy guns being used all the time. Like it feels like a proper game of CS when you cast these guys. It's really good to watch.
Ooh, Guardian. You can just see him just tracking there. Very deadly, but doesn't connect this time. So the good old 2-3 setup coming in from NiP. So really, really standard, very defensive stuff. You give up short control though, but that's okay. You rely on your AWP on crossover. That's kind of the key for a setup like this. And it's going to be Get Right going down towards CT spawn, I think, just to make sure that he can spot that smoke and provide a crossfire with Forest on B. Slow round is ever the fashion of NaVi, as they have taken Catwalk now, and it is again for free, but what do they do with it? Do they execute onto A? Do they go for the cat drop towards B? They need info to decide, but NiP have not really given them any info. They're going to have to work for it.
This is just classic NaVi, isn't it? They're a very slow approach. They never commit to anything too soon. They always like to fill out every single available option to them.
That's a nice pop flash there, I think, from Get Right. I've not seen that one before. Very, very obvious one, but still. And NaVi, they've got 2 Molotovs and 3 smokes left, so I think we're seeing some of the smokes come in now, so they're going to throw them in towards CT. Now, are they actually going to commit to that? It looks like they still want to go towards A, actually. Get Right's going to go past the smoke and be like, where the hell are these guys from NaVi? And they're going to slowly realize that everything's on Alu right now. He's got to hit every single shot because he just doesn't have the teammates there to stop this bomb from going down. Misses the second one. Can Alu do any more damage? He won't. Flamey gets the trade. Oh, Get Right with the jumping M4. Can he stop that bomb from going down? He can't. So NaVi, 3 versus 4 in an after plant, and NiP are at their heels. Get Right just tapping away. He can't seem to find a frag just yet though. However, Exist will, and they are getting really low. Down to Edward now with no health to work with, but he's going to be able to pick up a couple kills here. It's just 1 more, but Forest will win the duel, and he's going to get the defuse. That was really scary.
That was that tense moment we've been talking about. This is what's so good about this. So for me, NaVi kind of forced himself in a really difficult situation there. We saw them had like, I think it was 8 seconds left on the clock when they finally got the bomb down. You saw them going for the short plant. Get Right was doing a really smart play there, actually, just scaring him so much that actually, I'm going to take this bomb off you. So he had to get off, take the bomb around. It was really hectic, and then came down to 1-on-1 in the end. Great work from Edward with the AWP, but I think that was a really nice play from NiP. They got some great information and forced the T's to do something they didn't want to.
Absolutely. Whenever you delay that plant from going down, it's like you buy those few seconds that just make this immeasurable difference. So you can never...
It's chaos on the bomb site.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cool.
It's ridiculous.
Here we go, the dual AWP setup I was mentioning before. Once Forest goes down, he normally picks it up, and I think this is when they're at their absolute strongest. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is what they're always working towards. And Forest is such a good defensive AWPer. He really is. He's just good at everything in Counter-Strike, basically. Yes,
but
one of those guys.
But we'll have to see what NaVi go for this time. Again, when you have the cat control on this map, I mean, it depends on... You want to try to find the info of where what the CT setup is to understand, is a cat drop going to be into the B split better, or is the A play better? And if there's like 2 players on long, the B play is really good because there's the rotation so far. But you've got to get that information first.
Yes.
And they're going to spot into middle now. Now the bomb is dropped on catwalk still. Oh my goodness, Ali is playing with fire here. They're pre-firing his position. Normally you'd expect the opponent to be a bit further forward, but he's predicting that pre-fire to come in. He's managed to evade that. So good stuff there from Ali.
Does he know the terrorist made it past?
Oh, Freiburg's in trouble. He just saw 2 players. This is very indicative of that A play. And again, we're seeing the rotation coming in from NIP. And indeed, the bomb is to follow up catwalk in towards that A push. Flamey's up close towards crossover now. It's chaos once again, but it's looking great for NIP at the moment as they look towards this strong defense. But in comes Flamey to ruin their day. If he can get a quick kill here, he might be able to just swing things in the favor of NaVi, but it won't happen. The time is just not on their side. And NIP clean up the round, and that is ever the danger of NaVi.
Yeah, well, that was a really weird setup from NIP, I think. Like, the fact they had an AWPer and CT spawn kind of like watching that smoke, like, for me, like, if they're going to have the dual AWP setup, traditionally, you take the 1 AWP on A, 1 AWP on B, and you have the rifles in middle, kind of playing against that meta of everyone's walking out middle at the moment and smoking up to B. So, like, it was kind of a weird setup. The fact that Ali was there alone, kind of battling in CT spawn, but they made it work, and they made pretty much mincemeat of NaVi now, and it's going to force him onto, I'm going to say, yeah, you can see they bought Tech9s there. Then this is going to potentially bring it up to 11-11, and this is the first time that it's actually looking pretty dangerous for NaVi now.
So yeah, I mean, it's going to be quite interesting because you point out the double AWP setup, and it is so strong for NIP. When they get to this, it's their bread and butter, and of course that's generally the struggle with maps like this. With Inferno, it's the struggle to get have the rifles and all the grenades, all the smokes and incendiaries. On Dust 2, the kind of the highest level buy you can have is the double AWP setup. It's the most expensive. It's where the teams can be the most dominant, string the most rounds together when their AWPers are already on. And I think there's a lot of ways to deal with it. I think again these like the 2 most dangerous plays are like that walkout middle thing is really scary because if you're able to walk out far enough and then just plant the smoke immediately, so you've got an untelegraphed B split, that's super scary. And likewise, getting the wall of smokes where you get the 2 smokes on the site and then the 1 on the crossover, so the AWPer can't do anything. That's super scary as well. You have to have a guy on Goose to stop the plant, or you're screwed. So
well, that's the idea. Like with the dual AWP setup, you have that freedom. You can boost AWPers up onto short. You can go and face it long. As long as you keep an AWPer in B, that's your anchor. That's the position you know is going to be a safe bet. The other one's going to be like boosting up and looking into lower B, looking for those long doors, and that's how you kind of counter those set pieces that people try to employ against you. So I wouldn't be surprised here at all if we saw Alu getting boosted up onto short now, or even just going down with the long guys for a pick. But we have got a pause here, guys. I assume it's going to be a tactical timeout. Well, yes, here we go. So getting straight back into it. A tactical timeout from NaVi. We've seen this a lot this tournament. I think it's a really good idea from these teams to actually consider what the reason they're losing so many rounds and actually just take 2 minutes to discuss it and work out what the problem is and how they can break down the defenses of their team they're playing against.
And it's not the NBA, so they can't just time out every single second. So I mean, they get 1 per match, I believe. So that's really cool. I completely agree. And it's like they've got some nades, but as you predicted it, Henry G. just in sync with NIP right now.
This is why I'm here. I'm just one of those guys who just knows CS.
Got like a direct line straight into the brain of Exist here. It's making the calls. And well, it's going to work out quite well so far. They're going to get all the shots they need. They've got the strong defense on Catwalk. And it's a bit explosive there, and it's soon to be over. Just Guardian left over with the 28 HP. And he should soon get fall as well. Going to try to get some extra damage done. But yeah, it feels like NaVi are in that spot that NIP were, where NIP were, they were starting to wonder, like, how do we beat the defense of NaVi? Like, Guardian is like just indestructible on A and all this kind of stuff, but they found a way. Now NaVi are in the same position. What do they do? Well,
this is the thing. When you get in that position, you're actually, like, NIP are aware. When you take that pause, you're kind of telegraphing, like, oh, we're going to do something different here, try and work out how we're going to break you down. And that's why NIP did that boost and changed it up a little bit and got that first pick. And they're like, oh, God, guys, they've changed what they've done again. How do we even counter this? And that's fantastic work from NIP. Like, they used that tactical pause NaVi employed for themselves and actually managed to come up with a better strategy. We do see another full buy coming in from NaVi here. Guardian has got the AWP, and it looks like they're going to slow things right down now.
And they've actually gone to a similar setup. However, there's 2 players towards long. But NaVi, they're super far back right now. They haven't taken Dark. They haven't taken Catwalk. NIP could be in both places and have all the information. They're making a massive gamble here on NaVi. They've got to be successful with this long take. It has to work out. They have to get the frags for all they've given up. And Alu is actually in trouble right now. So they're doing quite well so far. They've actually smoked off it quite well. And they've taken long. And now they're falling back. They've got 50 seconds left to play with. And Exist hasn't pushed him. The problem is they really don't know if there's someone in Dark or Catwalk. They just cannot know this just yet. But they are kind of committed towards the long play at this point. With such little time left and long already in control. But let's see what they go with. They can still go through middle and just go for the Hail Mary, but the shock and awe plays. But they are going to go up Catwalk as expected. And it's just going to be Get Right, who's by the car at the moment, who's going to have a shot on them in the immediate future. So what is he going to be able to pick up? It's not Ali with an AWP, but he is still going to get a frag out of it, which is as much as you'd expect in that position. And NaVi in with a pretty solid chance to take this round. With that bomb getting planted now. 2 AWPers left here. Alu and, well, just Alu now. And he is in a very poor position. So great work there from NaVi. Very unorthodox play.
Yeah, well, what they did was interesting there. Like, they did a long take. It looked like a normal long take, but what was good about that is when they did those 2 smokes on the corner of long A, they actually isolated the whole position. So the guy in the pit was essentially a dead man before they even begun it. So he gets no backup from Alu. Alu's locked out of the round, and the man in the pit there just had no chance whatsoever. You got 4 NaVi players coming out, and that was just a great way of getting that map control and pushing the CTs back. And then we saw Get Right isolated in that position on car, and that is a completely one and done position when you've got an M4. And yeah, that was really good, methodical play from NaVi. Really well thought out. They saw what the NIP were doing, and they managed to convert it into a round. And now they take the lead once again, and it looked like they actually have the advantage here, as NIP only have the 1 AWP again.
Yeah, it's really cool to see such mix-ups like that from NaVi. They found an answer. Actually, NIP are playing exactly the same way as they did in a lot of the rounds so far. So NaVi, if they overthink it, they might be screwing themselves over. As NIP are like, wait, we're just going to stick with the standard stuff for now, and we're going to let you potentially outplay yourselves. But this looks like the Wall of Smokes execute potentially from C's. At least he was looking at throwing one of those smokes. Now we'll have to see what actually happens here as far as all the grenades go. So we're going to get the smoke into spawn. So they just want to delay the rotation with that smoke. Yeah. And indeed, we'll have to see again. Alu, if he gets smoked off here, he's in trouble. Now there is the smoke for him. He's going to be up on the car, so he's pretty exposed, and he's going to fall back, play for the retake perhaps here with his team. Now it's going to be C's who's actually cutting off a lot of players, just dropping down into CT. Oh, he's just getting a really nice headshot there onto Zeus through the smoke as the bomb goes down. And once again, NaVi, they look like they've cracked the defense of NIP, and they've really figured it out at the moment. As NIP, they've got to go to something different here. NaVi taking the lead, 13-11.
Yeah, I think NIP need to go back to the more dynamic play. It looks like they have got a lot of money there. They will be able to get the all back out. I think they need to go for that initial pick again. Just stop this momentum. They've won 2 rounds in a row now, NaVi. Need to slow it down a little bit. It'll be interesting to see where Alu actually goes with this all this time. Will he stick to A, or will he actually try and mix it up a little bit?
The really cool thing is the way that if they have watched those NIP demos and like, oh, Get Right at this timing always goes to CT spawn. Yeah. When they throw that smoke, they push Get Right past that smoke, and you know, because he's thinking of defending the B play, that never comes, and now they've got 2 players on A. Yeah,
they seem to do that quite a lot. They throw that mid to B smoke just to kind of keep them
right.
thinking. Yeah, like they seem to do it almost every round. I haven't actually seen them actually go out with it yet.
Same setup from NIP as well.
Yeah.
Should they be mixing it up here? I mean,
I think so. I think they need to be going for the initial frag at least. Possibly playing on short. We've seen the NaVi coming up short almost every round here. I'd say you probably want to start showing some presence on there and kind of making them go into other decisions. So look at this. Like they can just get up short every time and say, okay, they're running the same setup again. Let's get the smokes down. Let's go on as a team. Flash over. We'll know Alu will have to fall back. And if they lose this round, NIP that is, they're going to be in a very difficult situation economy-wise. So they need to be very careful and not let the same thing happen again.
And we have to stress how important it is for NIP to take at least 1 map here. If NaVi 2-0 them, then NIP aren't going to be able to have enough points. It's going to be Fnatic and NaVi going through. So they need to get that 1 map to secure it. And I'm sure they'd like to get the stress over with on this map. So here we go. We're going to get some flashes in. GFINITY this time playing very close to the doors, adapting to the situation. Wow, Edward's going to just drop down straight into the lower dark area. But here is the AWP from Alu, which does do some good damage, but it's still going to be pretty rough here for NaVi. Guardian doesn't make the full connection there. Just a leg shot. Oh no, misses the second shot. And there you go. Freiburg Forest coming into play, able to get the retake going. And it's a pretty nice cleanup. 4 players surviving as well. Very important in this late stage of the round where we are getting back and forth results.
Just what they needed there. Like I said before, if they have lost that round, it could have been the map over. Great play by the NIP there. Actually, we saw GFINITY pushing through mid doors there, catching a player, completely surprising though. He had his back to him. That's exactly what you want when you want a nice free kill. But it's going to be another full buy here from NaVi, and this round could be one of the most important that we've seen so far. Like, it's such a close, it's on a knife edge, back and forth, and the economy is very fragile on either side.
And I think we've got a bit of a mix-up here. GFINITY's actually... Oh, sorry, it's Alu's moved his AWP towards Catwalk now.
This is what they needed to do. So we're talking about this dynamic play, keeping the T's guessing. They've gone up short almost every time, and he'll be able to get this one frag here and shut down their execution. As we say that, he actually gets flashed and drops off. But that was the right play in my opinion. Get that presence on there and just rattle their confidence a little bit.
So right now it kind of looks like NaVi want that B split play. They've got a man, Zeus, up on Catwalk, just making a bit of noise. But actually, that said, they are going to leave up a dock, so just providing that presence, it can be difficult to read their intentions. They're going to try to get as entry up middle. With 50 seconds left and it being NaVi, again, just trying to find out the info. And they're going to confirm that it's that 2-3 setup by seeing nobody in spawn. Oh my goodness, what a shot there from Guardian, taking down GFINITY, and they are going to go straight for that A split now. They were positioned for it, Guardian delivered, and now it's just down to the team play, the coordination to come in to make this work. But they are running out of time. They can't be dilly-dallying at the moment. There's 25 seconds left, and they are yet to go in for the push. Here we go, though. It's Freiburg on the defense on long. Oh no, NIP, they have to rely on Alu now with the flick shots, only gets one. Flamey wrapping around from crossover. Forest, there's so much work to do. Gonna see one over the top, and well, the bomber's gonna go down, and the 2 players along don't even have to cross. This is a really rough situation right now for NIP. Exist is gonna make his way up and try to bank on a bit of a miracle here, but NaVi are not peeking them just yet. As Exist looking for the heads. Wow, Forest with the jump shot though, able to take down Seized, and that's gonna make life a little bit easier, but still, it's tough, and it's all on him now as his comrade has now fallen. And he can't do anything from CT here. And NIP looks like they are going to lose this round, Henry.
What I love about NaVi is like the bomb always goes down in about 8 seconds. Like, they literally check every part of the map, and you saw them like they realized that they kind of had a look around everywhere. They cleared out B tunnels, cleared out short, had a look along, and then they made their way out mid. And then the Guardian was just so patient there, looking at that angle. He just said, "Guys, I think I can get a kill here. Just wait, just hold on for it." Took down GFINITY, and it's completely opened the map for them. Made their way back up to short, and then the frags just came to them naturally there, and it's going to force NIP into a very tricky situation. You can see actually Freiburg's actually been forced onto a 5-7.
I like how he has the banana 5-7, the monkey business.
He's the king of banana.
Yeah, man. He wants all the bananas. Okay, so we're gonna have to see if they can make it work with this really awful buy. They don't have nades, let alone the full weaponry that they want. So it's hard to play the delay. We need some early kills from them to get this advantage. GFINITY might be pop flashing Forest there, but Forest is going to spot just the pick there. And indeed, there comes the pop flash. Forest wanting to go for it, but he's playing it very cautiously, and he has to back away. Guardian picks off his mates, GFINITY. So he's just got to hold the line at the moment in middle. He cannot get taken out. And he is going to slowly hear all the footsteps towards Catwalk. Alu's going to replace him as he goes down to Guardian. Guardian's been on such a tear in this map.
Yeah.
And it's just Alu and Exist left now. And this was their force up. So Exist and Alu looks like they want to keep these weapons alive. You better believe NaVi are going to hunt them down though.
Oh yeah, you better believe it. Like if they can get them onto map points and they know there's 2 of them alive, that's going to potentially stop them from winning the map next round. They're going to be hunting for them. Like as soon as they know the bomb's going off, like here we go, Edward's on the hunt. He can smell them.
Sorry.
I'm just saying he can smell them. Yeah. There wasn't anything like an insight or anything like that. That was all I had.
I was going to say, like, it's really interesting how a lot of these rounds have come down to NaVi actually exploiting the way GFINITY plays in these setups. Because GFINITY's the guy that moves, and then so many times they've abused him by either forcing him to move into a more favorable situation for an A take where there's just 2 left, or a situation where like Guardian, they move him up into a position where he's just sitting there waiting for Get Right to actually go to time. It's 1:15 this time. I'm going to like do a little bit more of a delayed rotation. I'm going to start rotating. Boom, Guardian's there with the shot.
Get Right has been the first man to fall for the last 2 rounds, and he's been the reason that NaVi being able to find their picks on the map, and it's been very instrumental to NaVi winning those last 2 rounds.
It's really beautiful when they are able to exploit something so simply.
Almost orchestrating it, like making
Get
Right push back into those positions he doesn't want to be in, and then there's know exactly where he is.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm such a nerd. That's the stuff that I love.
Yeah.
I appreciate these nerdy things. Great stuff there from NaVi, but we're going to have to see if NIP can make this work. They have scrapped together a buy. They do have the pistols, and we know how deadly they are with those. Alu's still on an AWP as well, and this is looking like a scary B push. They know that their weaponry is not quite there for NIP, and you can see Forrest is kind of expecting to be able to like just throw smoke to delay the push from middle if it arrives, but it's really this angle that's the problem. Exist needs to come in huge, will make the first defensive kill. In goes the incendiary. Oh, he can't get anything more. Flamey with 2 massive entries back to back, and now NIP have so much work to do on the retake. How on earth are they going to pull this one off? Just Alu with a weapon of any substance with that AWP, and even still, that is a hard weapon to retake a bomb site with, and all the smokes are there in play, the Molotovs as well. So here comes Alu though, and I'm sure NaVi are expecting the kind of angles he's going to play with, but they're going to go straight in on NIP, and it's going to be Get Right in. Like a hero, gets 2 quick kills there, excellent stuff from him. Now it's just on Alu in a 1-on-2. Could happen here with that 5-7, looking for the quick kill. Alu gets it onto Zeus. No, it's just one more, but Edward, he will deliver. 16-12 will be the final score as NaVi pull off the victory on map 1, and NIP now, they must do it to qualify for the playoffs. They must on map 2 Inferno.
Well, to be fair, from a spectator's point of view, this is exactly what we wanted. Because if NIP had won that first map and we went into the second one, it would kind of be a false game. Because
why are we here, guys?
Why are we here? Exactly. So, from a spectator's point of view, I'm really glad that's happened. Just we have a really exploding, exciting second map that's actually going to mean something, and it's the last one of the day, and it's really cool that no one's going to disconnect and think, oh, it's a pointless game. So that's really cool to see. From that game, what can we take from that? Like NaVi, for me, like they had a really, really good team.